is actually a Max Headroom reboot series been announced.
Is there? Okay. Amy,
announced by
please,
AMC.
For the love of God, tell me you've heard of Max Headroom.
No, I have not.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, I'm very old. It's now official.
Stu, I don't mean to rub it in even further, but a second ago, when you said to me and Asta, and you went, "You're both young people, right?" and then proceeded to reference something from 10 years before we were born, I don't really know what we were supposed to say to that. I'm sorry.
10 years before you were born. My God, that
Not well. I'm exaggerating. But it was before I was born. I was born 91.
Yeah,
bear
Max
in mind
Headroom's
that it only turned 2000 a couple of years ago.
Try 23, but sure.
Welcome to the end of Tales from the 20 side list.
Yeah, what the people listening at home cannot see is that Stu has just turned his mic off, walked out the room, and set fire to all of our recordings. So it's been a good run. Hope you enjoyed it. Watch this space for something new, I guess. Oh dear. Well, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from a 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I am your GM for this game and for many others. And I'm joined by Stu.
Stuck in the 80s, Stu.
And I'm joined by Amy.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Asta.
Hello, hello.
Good afternoon. Afternoon. That's it. It's a weird starting of a recording time. It's thrown me a little bit, but I think we'll get through it together, I'm sure. How's everyone doing?
I'm good. I'm waking up.
Yes, we absolutely didn't have to call you 10 minutes ago, did we, Amy, to remind you that we had a...
No, he didn't. So I was just going to have a little nap. I set a timer and everything, so I'd be awake again. And no, that didn't work.
Haven't you said previously on the podcast, Amy, and I know you've said it several times in person, about how getting up at 6 a.m. is absolutely fine and doesn't have any consequences or side effects?
Yeah, I just get a bit sleepy in the afternoons.
That's a big old side effect.
Yeah, that's just 20-minute nap.
To be fair to Stu, to be fair to Amy, I think we all know that there is no such thing as just a 20-minute nap. It's always, as you know, you can lie down with the best of intentions. You can have an alarm set. You can have someone to wake you up, and that 20 minutes will quickly become an hour. Happens to me every time I lie down, which is why I don't do it very often.
Yeah.
I mean, the best ones are when you wake back up and you don't know what day it is.
Yeah, you sort of look around frantically trying to get some confirmation of exactly how long you slept for.
I've done that where I've gone and napped, woken up, thought it was the next day, and just sort of started my day again. So I went to go make breakfast, then I'd be looking out the window going, yes. It's yesterday still.
That's it. Time travel with Amy Chislett.
When I was really young, 5 years old, we used to go on holiday as a family in this static caravan, and there was one time I had an afternoon nap, and my sister, my older sister, shout out to Dawn, woke me up saying, "Oh my God, thank God we've been able to wake you up. You've been asleep for over a year. You've missed your birthday and you've missed Christmas." And I got really, really upset, and I cried.
Did they ever tell you that it was a prank, or did you live your entire life for 10 years thinking you'd lost a year of your life?
No, the truth came out eventually. Mean sister.
Very mean.
Very mean. But also, at the same time, I've got to confess that's quite funny.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, I've got my own back on her now because she's substantially older than me, so
There you go.
That's it.
Right. What's been going on in the world of Pathfinder then, folks? Where do we find ourselves?
Oh, the come down.
Raiden's having a nap.
Yes. Raiden's down, and somebody's got to do the cleaning up after the party.
Yep, indeed. Yes, it was a hell of a party though. If I remember rightly. I think there's going to be some sore heads in the morning after that escapade.
Yes.
It was fascinating. See what I did there?
I did. That was good. Good. Tell you what, I just hope that somewhere in your adventurous packs somebody has packed Barocca, because I think you're all going to be in need of something to get you going again.
Is that like Alka-Seltzer XS?
Yeah, it's like
Basically the same
orange fizzy tablets.
That's basically what it is. Yeah, hangover go away juice, as I call it.
Yes.
Well, shall we see exactly how much of a hangover our party have as we get back into our game?
Yes.
All right.
We've got a Raiden to save.
You have indeed. So, as a reminder, Alwyn does need to renew his line of questioning regarding Raiden, doesn't he? So maybe he'll just walk away and let nature take its course. Who knows?
Did Alwyn see that? See what was going on?
Yeah, he's seen a swipe at Zephimere in front of him with these big black claws.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Look, it was just a really special manicure.
That's it. Forbidden manicure.
I have a question on that. As Raiden went down, did the claws retract?
They did not. I don't believe. I'm just going to check something real quick. But regardless, just while I check that, you had just defeated the Dawn Piper Zephimere of the Dauntless Dance. As you defeated her, this thunderstorm, this dance party around you, basically dissolved into nothing. She disappeared in a bolt of lightning that shot up into the sky, clearing the clouds, and the assembled crowd below with the vibrant animal masks all blew away like dust on the wind, leaving only the masks to clatter to the ground. They appear to be wooden masks of animals, and they appear to be sort of completely mundane, at least from where you're standing. In addition to that, a long pointed metal shaft resembling a javelin clattered to the canopy of the tree from the space where Zephimere was before she was defeated. However, your more immediate concern is obviously Raiden is currently down and seemingly unconscious. Now, because I'm really smart, I deleted my initiative tracker, but I'm pretty sure everybody has a turn before Raiden has a turn. So I will ask the question now. Agents of Chaos, what would you like to do?
Grab a healing potion from my backpack and shove it down Raiden's throat. I mean, not the actual...
not the bottle. That would suck. Yeah. Also, to confirm, Raiden's claws have not retracted.
Okay, yeah.
She has ruined her gloves, though. See.
And Raiden gets back a whopping 3 hit points.
Wow.
Tastes like life.
Yeah.
But
Big heels, man. Big heels.
yeah. Well, it's life and death. Are we still fascinated?
So currently, basically, what will happen over the course of the next couple of minutes, as you know, this kind of storm disperses and your vision returns to normal, is your stupefied condition will kind of naturally reduce over time, and yeah, actually, now Zephimere has vanished. You are no longer fascinated. You no longer feel that intoxicating aura that was surrounding you.
I miss it.
Okay. So, still standing on the treetop, can I call out to Chardonnay to come back to the base of the tree?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You see Chardonnay sort of makes his way back toward the tree, sort of sniffing at these masks on the ground as he does so. As he makes his way.
Okay. I think we ought to rest up at the base of the tree and maybe get some healing done.
I could do it. Sit down.
Yes,
And
we're all
water.
a bit. Let's take this thing with us. I'll pick up the javelin and and drop it, being careful to avoid shot.
That's fine. Yeah, as you pick the javelin up, Alwyn. You get the familiar tingle of static electricity that you've come to associate with items that are magical, and also as you pick it up, a little crackle of lightning runs from the tip of the javelin down to the end of the haft. Doesn't harm you. It crackles and runs down the shaft.
Tastes like tin.
Tastes like batteries.
Yeah. We've had that discussion about licking batteries. Yeah, I'll drop that to the floor and then climb down carefully.
Yep, sure thing.
Oh, I'll follow you down. I mean, Raiden, are you okay? Can you get down?
I think so. Just take it slow.
She's got big claws that act like pitons in the wood of the tree.
I feel like they probably get in the way more than be helpful, and I will shake my hands and get rid of them.
You can't. They are
I
there
can't.
permanently.
Oh no!
And it's really curious, Raiden, because you're certain that they weren't. Your hands weren't like that when you woke up this morning.
Yeah, that seems about right. I shake my hand to try and get rid of them, and then realise that's an issue.
Alwyn's going to get his stein out.
Is this like the best place to set up camp that I can see? Like, I feel we're kind of open at the base of the tree in the middle of the clearing.
So, in terms of this clearing itself, you can see as you look around, Dela, perhaps you start investigating these masks, and there are now just hundreds of these sort of thin wooden animal masks that are just clattered to the ground where their wearers were dancing previously. You can see that the clearing itself. The only entrance that you can see to it is the entrance that you came through. Obviously, you've still got the forest all around you, and it's certainly not impossible for creatures to come through the forest. But yeah, you think actually out of everywhere you've seen, this is not a terrible place to take a rest. Most because you've got eyes on the only way in and out of it. That makes sense.
Okay, that's good. I feel a bit more safe now.
But yeah, just on that note, like I know we talked about this real quickly in the last episode, but kind of as you finish this battle with Zephimere, like the four of you are just rocked with a wave of tiredness as you realise that you have been on your feet, you've been moving, you've been fighting, probably for the best part of an entire day at this point. You have no idea really what time it is outside the forest, but you feel as if you've had a very, very full day of travelling and adventuring.
Maybe we should have a nap.
I think setting up camp here and resting overnight would be a terribly good idea.
I could make a fire.
Well, that's good. I'm going to sit here on my arse and drink my beer.
You do that. I'll make a fire.
And pray to Caden Kalium. So, Dom, my intention is to spend 2 hours, so this would be... no, let me work this out. Hang on. So it's 4... 80 minutes to give each of us one lay on hands each. Actually, 90 minutes so I can restore my...
Just gonna stop you there, Stu. Rather than rolling 1,000 different things, is the intention just to try and set camp here and rest for a night's sleep?
Yes, but specifically Alwyn wants to use his, basically regain his focus, to give everyone at least one burst of lay on hands.
So what I'm going to say is because of your medicine skill and your lay on hands and all that sort of stuff, if you do choose to just rest for the evening here, basically you've got enough resources that everybody can get back up to full health anyway over the course of your rest.
Fab.
We're at the point where I'm not going to micromanage every point of healing you guys do in a resting space.
Fair dues. Okay. Yeah, that's the intention.
Keeping watch, of course.
Yes, I'll take first watch if you want.
I'll do the last one.
I was going to suggest maybe Raiden should do the last one to get benefit from resting. As much rest as
that's
possible.
fine by me.
Yeah, I'll do the middle shift.
Right. Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do whilst you're camping here? Do you want to talk to each other? Anything you want to try and learn or talk about or anything?
Raiden, you're magical. Can you tell what sort of magical thing this javelin thingy is?
I could have a look at it for sure.
Yeah, make an Arcana roll, Raiden.
That is a 28.
28, easily enough. You pick this up, Raiden. You take it from Alwyn's hands, and through your now kind of innate sensitivity to magic, you almost immediately identify this as a javelin of lightning. However, this is not just any javelin of lightning. So a javelin of lightning usually is a single-use item. Usually the item, once you've thrown it, it casts the spell and then it shatters into dust. This javelin of lightning looks as though it has been made slightly differently. It looks as though this javelin of lightning could be recharged by somebody who knows the lightning bolt spell.
That's helpful. I will
Also-
relay that.
As part of that same Arcana check, you learn the command word for the command phrase for this javelin, which is, perhaps unsurprisingly considering where it came from, ride the lightning with me.
Amazing. I will relay all that to Alwyn and Dela and pass the javelin back.
All right. Okay.
It's no use to me. I don't know a lightning spell. I mean,
I'll be able to recharge it for you.
well, why don't you keep hold of it then and use it?
I'm not sure I'd be able to throw it very well.
So in terms of throwing it, basically you're casting lightning bolt is what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
Like the throwing it is more for flavour than for anything else. But the good thing about this is that you don't need to be a spellcaster to use it. So kind of as you rightly say, Raiden, you could give it to any one of your comrades. They could use it, and then you could recharge it by casting a lightning bolt back into it.
What type of weapon is a javelin?
A javelin is a simple weapon.
I was going to say it's a long pointed stick, basically.
Yeah, it's quite simple. Well, I mean, if you don't want it, Alwyn, I'll happily call down the lightning on our foes.
I've got a longbow.
I
find the longbow.
got this. Have I got a gold longsword? I've got a gold longsword. I
think you took
Did I already give
a
that
gold
away?
longsword. I
Yeah.
don't think you gave it away, but you definitely took it from one of the mirror men, I believe.
Yeah. Did you want this, Alwyn? I'll trade you.
Is it magical? Well, is it magical?
I don't know. It's
I
shiny.
think I previously said that functions as a +1 longsword.
Mm.
Because the gold is more like a gold plate rather than it being actually made of gold. Because that would be terrible for a melee weapon.
No, I'm all right, thank you. I've got my rapier. I've got a longsword that's a bit magical already,
Okay.
so I'm okay. I've also got a sickle that's a bit magical.
Cool.
So do you want to tell us about these claws then, Raiden?
Yeah, what's that about?
It's a very, very good question. Certainly weren't there when I woke up this morning, and I can't get rid of them.
Is it like a new thing?
Seems to be.
Is it something Zephimere did to you?
No. You remember back when we were talking to Vathiel, and you mentioned that I had a bit of a a knack for this kind of thing, dealing with fae folk.
Right.
I mean, you're very, very accurate with that. Very, very accurate. My mother was a hag.
I mean, that's a bit offensive.
Oh. So, yes. Do you mean a witch?
Kind of. I do, in the literal term, mean a hag.
Okay. Dom, can I take a knowledge roll about hags?
You absolutely can. That is a your choice of religion or society. Asta, could you just PM me on Discord which type of hag it was? 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Sure thing.
So I have a choice between a plus 13 roll or a -1 roll. I'm going with
-1.
religion.
-1.
I say take
No.
the -1 because it'll be funny. It'll be funny.
No, I rolled a 16 for 29.
29. Okay. And
Alwyn
what was that on? Was that on
Religion.
religion? Okay. So. And sorry, what was the question again?
What do I know about hags?
What do you know
Very
about
generic.
hags? Okay. Prepare to edit out some silence,
Okay, no worries.
because I've given up asking you to talk amongst yourselves.
Maybe we could play elevator music.
I say the only thing I know about hags is they lay traps.
That's done by daylight.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about hags is it's half a haggis.
Oh my god.
What happened to the isgis?
Well, that's when you're given it. Hence the phrase "giz a haggis." That's the gis part.
Cool.
And I guess that gets shortened to when you're really drunk to just haggis.
Haggis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you can say it's a broad brick moonlight neck to neck, then you're alright, you can.
I think we might have to.
Our Scottish listeners, if I don't edit this out.
I was about to say we might have to put this podcast out with subtitles. Okay, so Alwyn, yeah, you know a little bit about hags. You know that generally speaking, hags are malevolent creatures who often lurk on the fringes of civilization. They are known to use deceptive magics in order to prey upon humanoids, to manipulate them and perhaps eventually corrupt them. It's unknown where the first hags came from, but there is a strong theory that they kind of arose from Fae that became twisted by inner darkness and inner selfishness. Hags are known to gather in covens in order to gain greater power for themselves and for the group. And there are stories of humanoid children, sort of humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, all of the quote-unquote civilized races. Every single one of those races has stories about children being replaced in the cradle with a creature known as a changeling. So a changeling is essentially the offspring of a hag who is swapped out for an infant. The infant is whisked away for whatever purposes the hags have with them. But changeling children are basically they live amongst their humanoid families, often for years without anything obviously being amiss. But there is a phenomenon known as the call, which every changeling experiences in her life. And I say her life because changelings and hags are exclusively female. There are no male hags in hag society. But when a changeling hears the call of her mother and this isn't like a literal voice, but it's more of a feeling. It might not even be something they recognise. Essentially, that is the point where a changeling can be drawn toward her mother to take up her place as a hag properly.
So your mother was a hag. So my question about are you evil wasn't that? I mean, wasn't that irrelevant then?
I mean, if you're going to judge me purely off of where I come from, that's entirely on you.
Oh, no, not judging you. In fact, knew me, trusted you. So that's good enough for me. Can't help how we're made.
I didn't expect you to be quite so forward-thinking.
What do you think, Dela?
Oh, we've all got things that we would rather other people didn't know.
Oh, what's yours, Dela?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We just said we've all got things, which means you must have something. I mean, I don't. I'm happy to share everything.
Yeah, well, I better get some sleep. Night. Better go to bed.
Okay.
All right. Do the rest of the group allow her to do that, or are you going to try and press her for more information?
Alwyn's not going to push.
No, me neither.
All right. Awesome. Cool. So if there's nothing else that you wish to do whilst you're resting, you begin your watches. Alwyn, as you're taking, Alwyn was taking first watch, right?
That's correct.
Sure thing. Okay. Alwyn, as you take your watch, the weight of the day kind of hits you all at once. You feel incredibly tired. You think about everything you've done. The last time you rested was in the shrine of the Everbloom the night before you launched this little mini rebellion. You've got no idea what time it is outside, and the thick canopy of the forest masks all the sound from the outside. So there's no real way to tell perhaps how that battle is unfolding outside, or even if it still is. And you find yourself thinking on various things. You think about your experiences in the forest today. You think about Casey Haran, the elf you escorted out, and yeah, perhaps you start to get a sense, if it wasn't already there, a sense of the enormity of just exactly what you're doing here. Perhaps what you might be leaving behind as you move closer toward the hut itself. But eventually, your watch passes uneventfully, if eerily. The forest is eerily quiet. You hear the occasional snuffle of a small animal or some beast getting close to the edge of the clearing, and then disappearing off into the fire once they see the firelight. But the time soon comes for you to rouse Dela. Just as you're rousing Dela, please make a perception check.
Okay. 27.
27, okay. Just as you get up to rouse Dela, you happen to look over to the trunk of the sky tree, and something catches your eye. Something shiny and glittery just catches your eye, roughly below the point where you defeated Zephimere on the canopy.
Oh, I'll go and retrieve it.
Yeah. So you walk over to this shiny object. You find said shiny object is a single leaf with the colours of sort of red and gold running through it. Very curious to see, considering the rest of the foliage here has been burned away. And you can see traced on the surface of this leaf, in what looks to be sort of crackling electric blue script, is a rune of some kind.
Ooh. It's not going to be a rune I'd recognise unless it's religious.
So is Alwyn trained in crafting?
No.
Okay.
No, I'll pocket it for now.
Yeah, you pick it up. As you pick it up, Alwyn, you watch as just a tiny bit of the dirt on your fingers from where you've been sat on the ground. Just a tiny bit of that dirt just melts away into nothing, leaving the tips of your fingers sort of as clean as if you just washed them.
It's probably magical. That's maybe one for Raiden to look at tomorrow.
Right. Yep, you pick that up. You rouse Dela.
Dela!
Is everything all right?
No, there's a strange beast with a riddle, and he needs to know our backstories. Otherwise, it's going to eat us all.
All right, you stay here. I'll go.
No, it's all fine.
Okay.
There's a few animals about, but they're giving the fire a wide berth.
Okay. Dela will take up camp to keep a watchful eye.
Right. Okay. So Dela, you reluctantly wake up from your very cozy sleep by the fire after the day you've had, the come down from your party. You're like, I don't want to do it. Don't make me get up.
Next week.
That's it. Very, 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 very accurate for Amy in real life right now, I feel. And yeah, you take up your watch by the fire. Again, you are sat in the eerie silence and darkness of the forest. You feel the faint gust of wind blow through occasionally. Occasionally, the smell of burnt wood from the tree blows in your direction. And you look up. You glance up at the sort of the sky above the canopy you're in, and you see. At one point, you see a red rocket streak across the sky, very similar to the sky rockets you used to signal the little rebellion a short while ago. Streaks into the sky and bursts with a thunderous boom. It's enough to jolt Alwyn and Raiden awake, but. After a moment, you're able to settle back down, and you get back to your rest. And otherwise, Dela, your watch passes without incident.
Phew.
And you rouse Raiden.
I'll nudge Raiden awake.
And then just face plant into your bedroll.
Yeah.
All right, Raiden, you take up your watch. So again, you're sat in the eerie quiet and stillness of the forest. You know, a far cry from what this clearing was just a few short hours ago. As you're perhaps keeping yourself busy, as you keep yourself on watch to make sure you stay awake. You're going through your things, Raiden, and you find something that you're sure was not there earlier. You find a wooden mask of a red panda.
I will put that back in the bag.
No, put it on.
And just as you're going through your things, you find this mask in your pack, Raiden. You hear the snap of a twig coming from behind you.
I will turn and see what's causing that.
You turn round, Raiden, and you see standing in the clearing next to you. You're not entirely sure how they got so close to you, but you see standing in front of you what appears to be a human male, a very old looking human male. You see he has a bald head, a weathered face, and a beard of white that curls down the front of his chest. You see he is dressed in what looks to be black plate armor, and you can see that there is a red stain running down his neck, kind of from just below where his throat would be. And as you whip round Raiden, he looks at you and he says, "Ah, my apologies, child. Didn't mean to startle you. May I rest with you at your fire?"
I will glance to Alwyn and Dela and just make sure they're still resting peacefully.
Yeah, they seem to be. They seem to be quite settled.
If they are, then I'll just sort of hesitantly gesture for this man to come over.
Oh, thank you. He walks towards you. You see, he sets down a helmet, a black iron helmet. He sets it down on a log, and with a creak and a groan, he sits down with a relieved sigh as he finally gets sort of sat on the log. Oh my! These old bones aren't quite what they used to be. It's taken me some time to find you. You're travelling with interesting company.
Why are you looking for me?
It's less that I'm looking for you, my dear, and more that, in a way, we're bound together, you and I. You travel with some friends of mine. He lifts a gauntleted hand and gestures toward Alwyn and Dela.
Would you like me to wake them so you can talk to them?
No. It's that's not necessary. I've said all that needs to be said between us. You, however, I would desire a conversation with you, my dear.
Certainly. Do you need that looking at first? I sort of gesture to the red.
Oh, this he reaches his gauntlet up to his neck, and as he sort of lifts his head, you can see there is what looks to be a clean cut mark running from basically one side of his neck to the other. An old injury. Doesn't bother me anymore.
Have I dozed off? Just sort of going to pinch myself.
Yeah, it's you pinch yourself. You feel a sharp pain on your skin as you do so.
Nope, I'm awake. Sure, today can't get any weirder. How can I be of assistance?
Well, first of all, I suppose I should be so gracious as to introduce myself. My name is Ilvarian Matavius. However, you might have heard of me by a title I once held, Black Midnight.
Does that ring a bell for Raiden?
I think for Raiden, yes, it does. Just based on your background and your kind of prior associations, I think you would know that Baba Yaga, the Queen of Witches, and kind of the mother of Irison itself. She has 3 heralds who kind of herald her return to the plane each time she returns. She has these 3 heralds, which are also known as her riders. 1 red, 1 white, and 1 black. The black rider is known as Black Midnight.
With that in mind, sort of look this fellow over again and look a bit sheepish. Yes, I believe I've heard of you.
I don't doubt you have, my dear. I know the company you used to keep. But your prior associations matter not to me so much as your current allegiances. You are assisting these friends of mine. He gestures once again to Alwyn and Raiden. Can you tell me why?
Well, initially, I was just told that my talents would be useful to their cause.
And what do you know of their cause?
They've told me they plan to try and bring Baba Yaga back to deal with the current queen.
Yes. The current queen is a usurper. She has imprisoned my mistress somewhere far beyond this world. And you would see her returned?
I mean, seeing as you know my previous allegiances, I think honesty is probably the better option here. Initially, no. But travelling with these fine folk has changed my mind.
I thought as much. My power is waning, but I still maintain a touch of the influence I once had. Most of my essence I gifted to these people and their companions, the dwarf and the human. Some time ago now. But I still have, if you wish it, I can formally bind you to this group you travel with, and grant you the last sliver of power that remains to me. You will need it if you are serious in your desire to restore Baba Yaga.
Then I humbly accept.
Very well then, Raiden. I, Ilvarian Matavius, Black Midnight of Baba Yaga, brother to bright morning, brother to blazing to red sun, bestow this gift upon you. And he reaches out and he places his hand on your shoulder. And you watch as a gust of wind cuts through the clearing, and you watch as his body begins to burn away into ash. This is the last of my gift to bestow. Though my spirit remains. If you have questions of me, the halfling, he gestures towards Dela once more. She has some small means of speaking with my spirit. And he smiles as he does so. But beyond your guard, you've made a dangerous decision, Raiden. And you watch as the individual before you disappears in a cloud of ash. And you're not sure where it comes from, Raiden, but you feel a surge of strength well up in you. Not massive, not on the same scale as the magics you've recently been unlocking in yourself. But there is a power there that wasn't there before this interaction. You have now gained, Raiden, the mantle of the Black Rider.
Mm-hmm.
So, in addition to some other things that you may find out as you continue with your adventures, you get an ability boost that you can apply to any score.
Okay.
So basically that's +2 to an ability score of 18 or lower. No, of 17 or lower. And of 18 or higher, you can get +1 to it instead.
Okay.
So have a think about where you want to put that.
Sure.
And let me know.
Will do.
As you are finishing this interaction, Raiden, you get the vaguest hint of dawn beginning to break. And just as you take a second to reflect on what's just happened, you hear something. Make a perception roll.
That is a 25.
25, okay. Just as you're kind of in this reverie, coming out of this moment, thinking about what this means and what just happened, you hear the sound of a howl of fury and anguish echo through the forest from the direction that you initially travelled from.
Does it sound at all familiar, or just indistinguishable with that rage?
It sounds, at the very least, it sounds inhuman. It sounds like the howl, more like a beast, or perhaps several beasts.
That's not good. I will sort of keep swiveled in that direction and just try and let the group finish their rest before waking them and letting them know what I've heard.
You do so. This screaming of fury and anger and anguish continues for perhaps a minute. And then, just as abruptly as it started, it stops. And you are none the wiser as to the source of it.
Okay. Yeah, when possible, I'll start waking people up once their rests are finished.
Start rousing the group.
Just 5 more minutes, Mum.
Never call me your mother again, please.
Does coffee exist in the Pathfinder universe?
It does, however, it's a very specialised, very exotic thing. It's not. I mean, if you were to go out into Whitethrone, you could probably find some. But,
Dela will lament that she doesn't have access to such things. So I guess it was all quiet last night then.
Apart from the loud bang.
Loud bang?
Yes, got woken up by a loud bang. One of those fireworky things.
I thought I was dreaming.
I looked half asleep.
Wait, that happened during your watch?
It was a long day.
You're suddenly all very thankful to still be wearing your skin.
Something happened during my watch. Just as I feel dawn was coming, there was something of a scream from that direction, and I sort of point where we came from. Angry, furious, anguish, several of them, inhuman. I'm concerned that the party we left back there might not be very happy with us.
Although
it could be something else entirely. Yeah. Or it could be something else.
Maybe they got eaten.
And
Possible.
Have we completed the task that set us?
Rocky.
One of it.
Yeah,
You've completed half of the task.
half. Who
Halfway there.
have we got left?
The drippy man.
Drippy man.
I was thinking
Okay.
about this. So if when we sent Zephimere home, what I'm calling it now, she left behind this metal staff infused with electricity. I'm thinking if we dispatch the drippy man, will he leave behind a moist rag?
Well, the staff would probably be quite useful against Drippy Man, right?
Could be. I mean, yes, electricity and water. Yes. And remember, we were told, Rocky told us, don't go in the water because he has this thing he can cover you in the water and drown you.
Okay, I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I'd forgotten.
I'm also glad
You've
we decided
been
not to
out
put
of it.
Chardonnay in there.
How is Chardonnay? Is Chardonnay okay?
Chardonnay is much better now, aren't you, boy?
Good. Should we go see what this ruckus was?
Before we do, Raiden, will you have a look at this leaf I found?
Ooh. Are you making a scrapbook?
No, I found this leaf. Oh, he'll take the leaf out of his pocket and hand it to Raiden.
I'm glad you
read
added context
runes?
because that was a very strange request. I'm not sure if I can read runes.
You can make an Arcana check, Raiden.
Ooh, that's a 33.
33, very nice. You pick this up, Raiden, and you immediately realise that this is an object known as although it is on a leaf. This is an object known as a rune stone. It contains a rune that can be applied to armor or weapons or perhaps clothing. And as you pick it, as you take it from Alwyn's hand and you look it over, you immediately recognise this Raiden as a presentable rune. And what a presentable rune does, when it's applied to a piece of clothing, essentially that piece of clothing is always clean, as though it has just been cast, prestidigitation upon it.
Oh, really?
How much of that is Raiden sharing?
All of it.
Have you got one of these already? Is that why your black velvet dress isn't covered in dust and mud and shit?
No, I'm just very careful.
Right.
Well, I present this to you. See what I did? I had a good sleep.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, you're looking at it greedily, Dela.
Oh, I just, this hat is so difficult to keep clean. And Otto hasn't been around.
Oh, and I'll hand it over to Dela.
Ooh.
Can I just stick the leaf on the hat and it works? Is that how this kind of thing works?
I'll be honest. I don't really know the rules for runes, but fuck it. I'll just say why not. You basically lift it up and you slap the rune on the hat, and it's like one of those pin badge hats. It just appears on the fabric.
Yeah.
The shape of the leaf. And
I'll pop that next to the card that's in there.
Yeah, you do so. And the rest of you watch as Dela's hat, it cleans itself before your very eyes.
Oh, it's amazing. To save so much money.
It had dried blood on it. A lot of it was yours.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It was a long day yesterday.
I mean, it's still all over the rest of your clothes, but yes.
That's fine.
Your
Hat's
now
clean.
at least.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Can't let the hat get ruined. Right.
I did have a question for you both before we go and investigate the very angry screaming. Just out of curiosity, when's the last time you saw Black Midnight?
Well, for me, it was before we came through the portal to this land, and it was when Amos cut his throat.
Huh. Why did that happen?
Oh, so that his blood infused these items, that he got a plague mask and the lock of hair. So his blood infused these, so that when we throw them in the cauldron in the dancing heart, that'll bring back Baba Yaga.
Okay, I mean, you might want to lead with that in the future, because just saying that he cut his throat makes it sound like he was,
He asked
hostile.
us to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Please, next time lead with that, because for a moment I thought I'd made a very big mistake.
Am I going to need to explain this to you again?
No,
Good.
hope not. Dela?
I mean, I did see him at some point, and he gave me this dagger.
Very fair. It's a very nice dagger.
It has wishes.
If Dela believes that to be true, it must be true.
That's what my character sheet says. That's what I'm sticking with.
Right, yes, no, that's,
What did you get?
It's a bit of a random question. Why'd you ask?
see a bald man with a really big white beard?
Santa.
He paid me a visit last night.
Right. Oh, why didn't you wake us up?
He said not to.
Okay.
And to be honest, he was a little bit intimidating. What with, the slit throat and still being stood there. Talking. So I thought, probably better to just do what he said.
I don't think he's a zombie.
No.
I mean, that's comforting.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he turned into ash. So probably not.
Oh. Was the sun coming up at the time?
It did a few minutes later, actually. Now that you mention it.
Jake, he was a
So
vampire.
not a zombie, but
Yeah, he sounds
I mean,
like he's from the Buffy universe.
I would explain the blood as well. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, he just wanted to, confirm my purpose with your group, and bind me to the rest of you, which is all rather exciting after a very, very long day.
So you're not evil.
According to him, no, which is comforting.
Good. That's good.
Yes.
So, I thought, after the whole clause coming out thing yesterday and having to be honest about that, I thought I'd just share in the effort of transparency. So, there you go.
Oh yes, openness
Screaming
and
people?
honesty. That's no. We really appreciate honesty and openness, don't we, Dela?
Yep.
And no, but for the record, I don't think you're evil. Like I said, Numi trusts you. Delvarian trusts you, and I trust you.
Thank you.
But what about you, Dela?
I mean, trust is a big word.
No, I mean, are you evil?
Well, am I evil? Evil
don't
is
think
a
I've asked
big
you yet.
word. Did you not ask me?
Sounds
I
like
feel
the
left
sort of
out
thing
now.
an evil person would say. Yes.
Maybe Dela's just so inherently trustworthy, Alwyn never felt the need to ask.
Yeah. I don't think I'm evil.
That's a long way towards it. Yes. You know,
I don't think I
joking,
do
don't
evil
you?
things.
My
Huh?
sense of humour.
Oh.
I have got one.
And with that, you all begin to pack up your morning's camp. You gather your things. With your recent experiences fresh in your mind from this clearing just a night ago, and you begin to pick your way out of the clearing back in the direction you had travelled from. And a short distance later, as you begin to approach the secondary party that you had neglected to join the night before, you get within about 100 feet of where you know this clearing to be, and Alwyn, you leading the way, you trip over something in the grass, and you look down and you see there is a gauntleted hand that is missing the rest of its body, and that is where we leave it for tonight.
Ooh, creepy.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Alexander Nakarada and editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
They didn't have a good time then.
Should we give them a hand?
I mean, you could take it with you and cast Lay on Hands with it.
Just throws a hand at you.
Yes.
Ignore the bludgeoning damage. It helps.
Would that work? Could you chop off your hand, throw it to cast Lay of Hands ranged?
I mean, it's a bit extreme and very, very limited use. But,
yeah.
I'll be tempted to allow it.
Attempt. Yeah.
I'm thinking if I chop off my hand and then keep casting Lay of Hands on it, will I grow another Alwyn?
Sadly, lay on hands does not function the same as regenerate. Sadly.
No.
But it should.
Speaking of cutting things off, do you want Dela to cut my finger off at one point?
Oh, okay. We can do that now if you want.
No, it's okay. We'll wait until we're actually in game.
Somewhere clean. With bandages.
Yeah. Yes, we'll turn your hat into bandages. Cause...
No, not my hat.
At least the bandages
clean.
will stay clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, well, I could take it off, I guess. No, we're not using the hat for bandages. Stupid idea.
That'd be really ineffective, because with the bandage, you want to know if the bleeding's still happening underneath, and something that was ever clean, you wouldn't know. So the person might be bleeding to death. You'd never know.
Exactly.
Be poor
But at least they
bandages.
wouldn't have sepsis.
That's very true.
So, like, could you attach it to, like, a nappy or something? So then you never have to clean it? Is that how this works?
I mean, in theory, yes.
Ah.
If somebody were to do that, that would further my theory that magic is inherently evil. But
Interesting. I wonder what it classes as dirt.
That's an interesting one because soil is soil. It's not mucky. It's not unclean.
You could delve into the psyche of
It's
this
a world of magic.
runic charm. What is dirt?
just Dela starts testing the limits of her new toy. You just find her one day just smearing different things on herself. Okay, jam goes away, but mustard doesn't. Let's find out why.
Entertain for hours.
Wow, so that was Ilvarian's final gift. So we can never have any new players to the game now.
Oh no, we can. I'll just have to find a more creative way to get them the same bonuses as the rest of you.
That was very cool.
Good, I'm glad.
It was like, it's probably one of the hardest moments I've had to not meta, because I have listened to several episodes of the podcast before I joined. I know exactly who that was, and I was like, how do I act this?
I tell you what, whilst I was doing that with you, Esther, I was really racking my brains to remember if I'd already done this with you or not, and I settled on, I'm pretty sure I haven't.
No, you had not.
Good, I'm glad.
I'm slightly disappointed that Black Midnight's siblings are not known as Red Dawn and White Lightning.
Lol.
Or Red October.
Or if we're going down the side of theme, it's going to be Devon Red, surely. Devon Red and White Lightning. Devon Red,
Bull.
White Lightning, Black Dragon.
Red Bull.
That's it.
He gives you wings.
Careful, if you get an ability from him, it gives you wings.